In this video, I'll be showing you 10 effective Denari setups. There are timestamps if you want to skip to a certain map, but let's begin. On Kafe, the piano windows is a common point of entry for the attackers, but with Denari, you can completely cut off all 3 windows. To do this, throw your first one in the corner, then destroy this speaker and place your second one next to the Christmas tree. Then destroy this other speaker and place your third one inside of this cabinet. If you then break out the side of this cabinet, the trip connectors can connect to form a laser that covers all 3 of the piano windows. Then place your next trip connector in between this sofa and the cabinet, and then place your other one in the corner of bar here. And this will then form a laser stopping the attackers getting into bar. And this laser is very good late round because it will stop the attackers pushing in towards the default plant spot. And finally, for a laser to cover the red stairs door, shoot at this cabinet and then throw a trip connector inside. And then hide another one under this table. If you then destroy the 2 tables in the way, the 2 trip connectors can connect to form a laser. When defending the basement site on bank, throw your first trip connector here. Then place your second one on the tyre of the police car. And this will then block off the right side of the entrance into garage. And to then block off the left side, throw your third trip connector here. And this will then make it impossible for the attackers to sneak into garage without dealing with the laser. And the position of these trip connectors should make it impossible for the attackers to shoot them out. For your next 2, head over to servers, and you first need to break out this gas pipe. Then throw one of your trip connectors next to the dirt tunnel here. And to connect to this, come to the other end of servers, and throw your next trip connector under this tray here. This will then create a laser covering the blue stairs door and the dirt tunnel. And for your final 2 trip connectors, throw one here, and then throw the other one next to the elevator door. And this will then block off any attacker pushing elevator or the main stairs. Throw your first trip connector on the 3rd shelf here. And then head over to the other side of garage and place it on the wall here. But to make them connect, you then need to break out the glass of the red car. And this laser will then cover the yellow stairs door and the breach. For your next laser, destroy these wooden pallets and then hide a trip connector inside. And then for your next one, come to the other side and place it here. And then this will form a laser going across the bottom of the breach, stopping attackers pushing in, and it will also destroy any drones coming through the drone hole. And then for your final 3 trip connectors, throw one of them next to this water fountain. Then head over into security and place one on the floor here. And then after that, throw your last one behind these wooden planks. And these lasers will stop the attackers pushing from servers, and they will also stop them pushing up this hallway. Next up is the top floor site on Oregon, and you should throw your first trip connector next to the dartboard here. And then head over towards top right and throw your second one under this bunk bed. But to get these 2 trip connectors to connect, you need to make a punch hole on the white stairs wall here. And this laser will stop attackers pushing into sight from top right, and it will also stop attackers pushing through the breach and going to the default plant spot. Then place your third one to the left of the big window here. Now head over towards the kids' dorms, and place your 4th trip connector here. These 2 will then link together, covering the big window jump-in. And for your final one, head over to attic, and place it here. This will then link to the one in dorms, stopping the attackers dropping down into attic pit. And finally, to get a laser going across the trophy door, throw your first one here. And for your second one, shotgun out a hole in the side of these drawers, and then throw it inside. For your first trip connector on the Chalet Basement site, make a hole in the cabinet here with your shotgun. Then hide it inside. Then for your second one, place it here. This first laser will then stop attackers pushing through the wine cellar door and the wine cellar breach. And then for your third one, place it here. This will then create a laser going across the boiler breach, stopping the attackers pushing in for the default plant. And then place another 2 for the trench door, by placing one here and then one the other side. And for the final 2 trip connectors, I actually like to place them here to increase the number of lasers going across the wine cellar door and both the breaches. And this will make it difficult for the attackers to burn the lasers, forcing them to actually clear them. When defending the top floor site on Nighthaven, come to connector and place your first one inside this plant. Then place your second one on top of this blue sofa. This will then create a laser going through the middle of a connector, and from the attacker's side, it's impossible to shoot out these trip connectors. Next, head into electrical and place one on the wall here. This will then connect to the one in connector, and it will form a laser going across the electrical window. Then place your next two going across this door, to stop the attackers easily pushing into sight if they push from waterfall. And just like on the chalet setup, I like to double them up here, because this way there'll be 3 lasers going across the electrical window and through the middle of the connector, making it much harder for the attackers to clear. When defending statue and trophy on villa, throw your first one in the corner here. Then throw your next one directly under this window. And this will then form a laser covering both the windows. Your third one should then go on the wall here. And to connect to this, make a small shotgun hole in the floor, so you can hide one of your trip connectors here. This will then form a laser going across here, and it's impossible for the attackers to shoot them out, and even if the attackers vault through the window, it will still trigger the laser. And finally, place your last 3 lasers around the statue door here. If you're enjoying this video, please leave a like as it really helps me out, and also comment down below where you'd rank Denari on a tier list. Place your first one next to the bomb here, and then place your second one the other side of the door. This will then form a laser stopping the attackers pushing through the door into sight. Then head over to the other side of the kitchen and place one on the floor here. And this laser will stop the attackers pushing into sight through the breach. Next, make a small hole in the bottom left of this wall here. And then head over to the other side and place your 4th connector to the right of the double door. And this will then add a laser going across the kitchen double door. And for your last 3 trip connectors, there's a lot of good spots, but I'd recommend somewhere like the bakery double door or the prep door. Place your first connector on the floor of assembly here, and then do the exact same on the other side, and this will then form a laser going across the breach. And then for your next lasers, head into EXO. You can set up the first EXO laser by placing them in these 2 corners. And any attackers pushing down the EXO stairs won't be able to pass this point, as they can't get an angle to shoot the lasers. And for the final 2, you can then set up another laser in EXO by placing them here. And if the attackers take EXO control, this will stop them pushing towards assembly. And the final site is the basement site on Oregon, and you want to place your first one here. Then head over to pillar and place your second one on the floor here. This will then link to the first one you threw, blocking off the freezer door and the freezer drone hole. Then place your third here, as this will form a laser going across the bottom of the tower stairs. And any attacker pushing down the stairs won't be able to shoot out this trip connector. And then for your 4th one, place it here. This will form another laser going across the bottom of the tower stairs, and if you shotgun out a hole here and place a trip connector in the corner of E-box, it will then form another laser, stopping the attackers pushing towards pillar. And there aren't many good spots on this site, so place the other 2 in the corner here. And this will then increase the number of lasers going across the tower stairs up to 6, and it will also mean there are 3 lasers going across the freezer door. If you found this video useful, please leave a like and subscribe for more siege tips and tricks.